friends, my name's Adriana Amari and I'm a tarot reader. In my last video, we had fun with the cards and chose a card to see what Halloween costume we should wear. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out. Now it's still spooky season, and one of the great things we can do around Halloween is work out our fears. So for today, I'm doing a pick a pile reading to take a look at our fears and how we can overcome them. Before we get to the reading, I'd like to talk a little bit about fear. Did you know that fear places limitations on us? It tells us that we can't do something, but it's there to keep us safe. Sometimes the unknown can be really scary, and it's hard to go into the unknown, so that fear holds us back because we can even find comfort in the uncomfortable that we're familiar with. Resisting fear just strengthens it. So instead of resisting it, it's better to try to change our relationship with it so that we can overcome it. I created a special spread about fear for today's Pick a Pile reading. It's a 5-card spread with 1 oracle card to finish. I've also chosen 5 different spooky decks for you to choose from. Now remember, these readings are for the collective, so they might be a little bit general, but I do offer readings on my website, adrianamari.com. You can find the link down there. I have PDF or email readings, audio readings, and live one-on-one sessions, so we can work through whatever area of your life you'd like guidance on. So the decks that I'm using today, first up is the Ghost Tarot. Second is the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Third is the Skele-Tarot. Fourth is the Beauty of Horror Tarot. And fifth is the Darkwood Tarot. Now all of these will be accompanied with an oracle card from the Halloween Oracle. So when you're picking your pile, just choose the pile that you feel drawn towards. It could be you like the back of the card, or you liked the glimpse that I just showed you there, or it could just be the number that you feel connects with you. But before we begin, I want you to take a deep breath in with me. Ready? And release. And don't worry, there's nothing to fear here, just maybe some of the pictures on the cards themselves. So let's get started. I'll show you the 5 piles and you can choose the one that you like. All right, so you should see the 5 piles here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So take a look, make your choice. I'll give you a moment. Are you ready? All right, here we go. So we're going to start with pile number 1, which is the Ghost Tarot. And the first card looks at what area of your life is most being affected by fear right now. And for that, we have the King of Cups reversed. Now the King of Cups in the reverse position tells us there's a lack of calmness in our life. We might not be totally in control of our emotions, which can make us a little bit moody or erratic. It could also be that you're retreating, so you're not putting yourself out into the world. You're kind of hermiting inside because you're kind of scared to step out there. Now, where is this fear coming from? For this, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, there's a certain sense of stubbornness here. It's like part of you wants to get out there and to bring that calmness back and to control your emotions, but you're being kind of stubborn about it. You might be getting suggestions from other people, and you're not taking any of their advice because you figure that you can work it out on your own. It seems like there's something that you feel you have to prove to everyone, maybe even yourself. But that's actually holding you back instead of letting you go forward. With the Knight of Pentacles reversed, we might also not really be sure what direction we want to head in. And of course, that can be scary, and it could lead to us retreating because we're like, well, I don't know where to go from here, so I'm just going to hang out. So for card number 3, we have how is this holding you back? And for that, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. You're doubting yourself a lot. That confidence that you had is gone. You are not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your gut or your intuition. You're just filled with self-doubt. Now with the Queen of Cups reversed, we could also not be really taking care of ourselves that well, because sometimes it feels like, what's the point? With this one here, we feel like we have a lack of direction, so what's the point of taking care of ourselves? We don't know where we're going anyways. So that's really how it's affecting our lives. So what can help you overcome this fear? We have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords encourages you to cut out the toxicity in your life. Those relationships, those habits, those things that are holding you back, cut them out. You don't have to hold on to them. At the same time, stop fighting. It's okay to put down your sword and walk away. Look at the spirits here who are walking towards the rainbow. Maybe they feel a little bit defeated, but they've taken control back of their lives and they said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And that is totally okay. Don't be afraid to walk away or cut out the things that don't work for you. And with this, it's especially toxic people, relationships, and thoughts. Now, what will happen if you do work on overcoming this fear? We have the beautiful 2 of Cups. And the Two of Cups shows that you'll be able to make deeper connections with the people that you love, or maybe even attract new love into your life if that's something you're looking for. You'll be able to be more emotionally stable because this King of Cups will no longer be upside down. So you'll be in control of your emotions and you won't seem so erratic. And that makes people want to spend more time with you, which brings you happiness and love, and you feel good about yourself. This also is a sign that you'll be able to be more authentic to who you actually are and share that person with the world instead of retreating back here. You'll also have more self-confidence and not doubt yourself as much and be able to trust your intuition better. And what a beautiful place to be in. Now we have an oracle card to wrap this all up. I'm just going to move this up here so we can see them all. There we go. And the oracle card paired with this is Trick or Treat. So Trick or Treat is about mischief and play, and this is encouraging you to bring back the joy and the play into your life. Remember when you were a kid and things were just fun? You didn't worry where they were going. You didn't worry about how other people were looking at you when you were doing them. You didn't worry about controlling your situation. You didn't worry about your everyday routine or what was going to happen. So with that, bring that feeling back into your life. Do things that make you laugh. Get out there and cause a little mischief. Healthy mischief, of course, but Halloween's coming up, so you have an excuse. But bring back a little bit of that inner child. So there we have it for pile number 1. Let's move on to pile number 2. So pile number 2 was the Jack-o'-lantern tarot, and first card up is what area of your life is being most affected by fear right now. And for that, we have the Devil reversed. Now the Devil in the reverse position is usually about freedom and being able to control our path, our lives, and where we're going. But the fear here is that fear of freedom. You're afraid to make a decision to do what you want to do. You're afraid to take control of your life. Sometimes freedom can be scary because we just don't know what we want or where we should go. And when you don't have someone telling you that, if you're used to that especially, it can be really overwhelming. Now, where is this fear coming from? For that, we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands tells us that there was someone in your life who was kind of taking a leadership role. It could have been a partner, a parent, a boss, and you were kind of used to following their lead and doing kind of what they were doing or what they told you to do. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have mentors in our life, and there is a certain point in our life where we do have to follow someone, but without that leadership present anymore, you're a little bit lost. It could also be that maybe you were the leader originally, like you were someone who was in control, you know where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do, but you no longer feel that way. So you've kind of lost your way, and you've lost that joy of being able to be free to choose what you want. Now, how is this fear holding you back? We have the Star, and the Star is about hope, faith, and inspiration. So it's holding you back in the sense that you can't find that hope anymore. Things that used to inspire you and bring you joy just feel kind of dull now, and maybe you just don't feel like doing the things that you loved to do. So with the Star, we want to bring back that hope and that inspiration. We want to renew that sense for you. And it could also be that you don't really see a light at the end of the tunnel. Everything seems kind of dimmed and blah, and it's really hard to get out of that. But here we want to shine that light on the darkness again. So what can we do to overcome this? Well, we have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords tells us that you have to make a choice. There's a decision in your life that you are not making. You're sitting on the fence, you're procrastinating, and you're kind of hoping someone's going to come along and make it for you, especially if with the King of Wands you were used to someone doing that. No one's here to come to make your choices. You have to make a conscious choice and a conscious effort, especially if you want change. So no more indecision, hop off the fence and make a choice. And if you have to weigh the pros and cons, that's okay. If you make the quote-unquote wrong choice, that's also okay. It's all a learning experience. So make a choice and take action with it. Now, if you do this, how will your life change? We have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is happy, joyful, imaginative, romantic. He's the lover boy of the tarot. So it brings more love back into your life. Your imagination is reignited, and you can once again see the beauty in the world. You'll feel that inspiration bubble up. It also helps you get back in touch with your emotions, which again will help you connect with others around you. Now, the oracle card paired with these today is the Apple, which is about risk and reward. And this card shows us that we have to take a chance. With all these cards here, especially the Devil reversed, you're not taking action. With the Two of Swords, this is telling us you're sitting on the fence, you're waiting for someone to tell you where to go or what to do, and that's not going to happen. So if you don't take the risk and make the decision to move forward or to choose a path, you're not going to get the reward for that. So think about that a little bit and see what areas of your life you can start making decisions and moving forward in to reignite that hope and that inspiration. All right, so that was pile number 2. Let's move on to pile number 3. So pile number 3 was the oh so cute Skele-Tarot, and let's see what area of your life is most being affected by fear. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is often about our daily routines. So it's kind of like your everyday routine is just being burdened down with a little bit of fear and anxiety. Your work and your progress towards your goals feels kind of stilted or stalled. And there's not a big plan for the future right now. You don't have like your future goals in sight. So where is this fear coming from? The Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune is about the ups and downs, the cyclical nature of life, but in this case it's also about control. So the fear here is coming from the fact that you can't control everything and you're maybe used to it or you want to control everything. This is telling you have to loosen the reins. You can't control everything around you, and if things haven't been going great, you might be afraid that you're going to be stuck there. If things are going really well, you're maybe afraid that you're going to lose that. So know that with the Wheel of Fortune, it's all cyclical. What comes around goes around. So even if you're in a bad time now, it comes back up and it gets better. If you're in a good time now, appreciate it for what it is, because there's always ups and downs in life. But the biggest thing here, especially related to the Knight of Pentacles, is the desire to control what you cannot. Now our third card is how is this holding you back? And we have the Fool reversed. This is kind of stalling your progress. You're not getting any newness into your life. You're not taking risks. You're not taking a leap of faith. You're maybe feeling bored, and because you're feeling bored, you're making impulsive decisions that aren't that great. You're also not trusting yourself. It can feel like you're really stuck when we have the Fool in the reverse position. So what can we do to overcome this? We have the Seven of Wands reversed. Now in the upright position, the Seven of Wands is about perseverance, your grit, and telling you to keep going. In the upside down or reverse position, it's telling you it's okay to give up or to let go of things that aren't serving you, especially this idea of control. So let go of that control, of that desire of needing to hold on to the reins so tight and steer the direction that you're going. Remember, the world isn't out to get you. So go with the flow a little bit more, and that'll ease those fears, because you'll see that maybe it's not all that bad. So what will change if we're able to do this? We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. That laziness or lull that you've fallen into will lift. You'll grow to be a little bit more patient and trusting of what's coming. And as they say, a watched pot never boils, and that lesson will really be learned and make things easier. It'll kind of ease the anxiety a bit. When we go through this change, this can become upright, and we'll finally start seeing the rewards of our efforts, and things will make sense again. So the Oracle card paired with this is the Underworld, which says where all things pause and begin. This tells us that transformation is necessary. So think about where you need to make changes in your life. Sometimes we need to alter course, and that's totally okay, especially here with the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Seven of Wands reversed, so know that it's okay to circumvent, it's okay to change your route or your path, especially if your current path is no longer working for you. By doing this, you'll get a sense of renewal, and you'll be excited again about where you're going. And that Fool reversed can maybe come right side up, and you'll have a new adventure, something new to look forward to. So there we have it. That was reading number 3. Let's move on to 4. Alright, so pile number 4 was the Beauty of Horror Tarot, and first up, where is fear affecting your life? We have the Nine of Cups. So it's affecting your wish fulfillment, your desire, your happiness, like your overall contentment. And it's affecting your desires being truly realized. Now, where is this fear coming from? We have the Emperor in the reverse position. So this could be a male figure or a masculine, like a person with a masculine energy in your life who is very strict and controlling. They made you feel like you didn't deserve the things that you deserve, or that what you wanted was stupid or silly. That's complete and utter bullshit, of course, but when we're made to feel that way, it's really hard to get out of that. They were telling you things about yourself that you decided to believe that aren't really true. And they could be kind of domineering. So someone who had a little bit of control over you, whether through words, could even be physical, it could be in the relationship dynamic. Again, it could be a parent, a partner, a teacher. It could even be a whole bunch of people in your throughout your life that have done this little by little. So it might not be one big person, but you've had the experience of that over and over, so you've internalized those thoughts and opinions of others. So how is this holding you back? We have the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups is usually about happy memories, nostalgia, connecting with our childhood, but it can also keep us stuck in the past. We're seeing things through rose-tinted glasses, so you might not be seeing the relationship that you had with whoever is here for what it truly was. And because of that, you're really believing all those things they told you. You're unable to really enjoy the simple pleasures of your life because we have this feeling here that, you know what, we just don't deserve it, and that's not true at all either. This is also a card of sentimentality, so because you had this relationship or these connections with this person or these people, you could be feeling a little bit sentimental about it and maybe trying to heal them in a certain way. It's not about them right now, it's about you. You can't heal someone who doesn't want to heal. And by trying to do so, you're holding your own growth back. So what can you do to overcome this? The Fool. The Fool is about new beginnings, new starts. It might be a good time to kind of cut away from, whoever's over here and get a fresh start for yourself. Head off on a new journey. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Don't worry about what other people are telling you should do or you should want. What do you want to do? Take that risk. Take that leap of faith, and even if you don't have all the details worked out, that's okay. We don't have to have our whole journey or our whole course determined right now, but it's that taking of action and that getting up and going that's really going to get you out of this rut. So what happens if you do that? We have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands, in the upright position this time, tells us that you'll be able to stand up for yourself. You'll find your voice again, and you'll be able to be a little bit more assertive with what you want and who you are. It gives you a newfound sense of grit and determination where you're like, you know what? I can do this. I've got this. I can handle this without the influence of these people here. Know that with the Seven of Wands, you can persevere and get through anything. So an oracle card to wrap everything up here, we have Dawn. I'm just gonna move these up. There we go. And dawn is the light after the darkness, which is kind of a beautiful message with everything else going on here. You can always have a fresh start. There's a new dawn that approaches every single day, so walk towards it. Change is unstoppable, so move with it instead of against it, and know that you deserve all the good things coming to you. All right, so that was number 4. We'll move on to number 5. Last pile up is pile number 5, which is the Darkwood Tarot. So let's start with, where is fear affecting your life? And for that, we have the Three of Wands. That tells us it's affecting your growth, your progress, your expansion, and your progress mostly towards your goals in the future. It might feel right now that there's not much of a future and you might be a little bit lost. Where is this fear coming from? For that, we have the Five of Cups reversed. This is kind of cute though, it looks like my little bunny, but the Five of Cups reversed tells us that there's something that you're refusing to confront or to face. You could be in a bit of denial about something that's happened in the past. Usually it's past emotional pain, but it could be disappointment or some kind of upset, and you're not actually looking at it, you're kind of pretending it never happened. So by not facing it, you're unable to grow or to move forward because you're still stuck there. And sometimes we're just not ready to face things right away, and that's okay. If it takes time, it takes time. But know that to get to this place where you're like, yes, the world is my oyster, there's so much here in front of me, you'll need to overcome what you're not facing in the Five of Cups reversed. It seems like you do want to find that peace, but maybe you're not quite sure how to get there yet. So first, let's look at how this is holding you back, and we have the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands is like, go, 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 all systems go, take action, go forward. But as it's holding you back is you're not seeing these opportunities, or maybe when they come knocking, you're hesitating. And with the Eight of Wands, if we hesitate, we miss out. And because you're still stuck here, maybe because you're a little bit afraid of, returning to whatever this disappointment, this pain, this hurt is, you're saying no to things that could be so good for you. And it could also feel like life is kind of passing you by, like everyone's going, everyone's moving, growing, they're doing all these things, and you're just kind of sitting there watching them. And that's never a good feeling, and that can really hold us back because we get stuck in our own spot, basically. So what can you do to overcome this? For this, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse position. Now in the reverse position, I always see it as like the cups are dumping everything out. So you really need that emotional release in whatever way it takes. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to scream, scream. But you need to confront that unhappiness, whether that's an actual feeling, a memory, or an actual person. Seek people who you love, that you can trust, who support you, to lean on in this time. Know that you can talk to them and open up to them, but at the same time, do not give people a free pass. Especially with this Five of Cups and that pain, just because they hurt you in the past doesn't mean they're going to do it again, but at the same time, you don't have to forgive someone you're not ready to forgive. Most importantly is forgive yourself. And again, you can always forgive. Forgiveness is so healing. But you can forgive and move forward without going back to that person or back to that situation. So don't repeat the same patterns. Don't be afraid to lean on people for support, but it's really time to purge all those emotions that you're holding in and not confronting. So what will happen when you do this? We have the Nine of Swords reversed, which means the nightmare is over. Those anxieties will start to lift. Those negative thoughts that just don't escape your mind, that keep, they go over and over on repeat kind of, those start to dissipate. You can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Birds are singing, the sun is shining. It just feels really good. If you're losing sleep, especially because of this Five of Cups reversed, sleep will return. You'll be able to get a better night's sleep after you purge all those things out of you. It'll also allow you to think clearly again. And how wonderful will that feel? Now, our oracle card paired with this is the Zombie, which is about control. This card asks us to look at our relationship with control. Now here, if we're avoiding something, we are trying to control that, but maybe not in the healthiest of ways. And again, it could be because you weren't ready to confront it, but no, you're gonna keep missing opportunities until you do. Do you control your life, or do you kind of just let things happen to you? Are you giving away your power to other people by letting them have control over you, by not confronting the things that you need to? Those are some really interesting questions with the Zombie card. So there we have it. That was reading number 5. Just gonna gather up the cards. There we go. Okay, we'll turn this guy off here. So that was our pick a pile reading about fear. Again, the spread was something I designed myself. I will be posting it on Instagram if you're interested, so you can check that out at adrian.amari on Instagram. The links and everything are down there. If this video helped, or if you found things that resonated with you, please like and of course subscribe for future tarot content. I plan to do deck reviews, pick a pile readings, and fun things like the Halloween costume idea, but I'm always open to ideas as well. If there's anything tarot you'd like to see, let me know what it is. For daily tarot content, come join me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. And I also have a newsletter that I send out. If you're looking for giveaways and sales, you'll be notified through that. And that's at adrianamari.com. So I really hope this fear reading helped you confront, or at least think about, or have some questions about what's going on in your life and how fear is holding you back. And of course, comments are always welcome. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, bye.